So the goal of this week was to keep the shop under £60, and I'm thankful to say I managed to do that. My mission was to avoid lifestyle creep. So this is the majority of the shop, but I'll share some more items with you later. So this first item, the King's Meal 50/50, was a substitute. They didn't actually have the whole wheat King's Meal like I would usually get. So that's okay, I'm not too bothered. Then I bought 2 loaves of bread because I realised that we actually do use 2 loaves of bread. Even though my son's at school, my daughter will have quite a bit. Also, we've got some yogurts. I bought this on offer, so it was 2 for £2. It's normally £1.50 per pack, so I thought, yep, I'll get that. And then I got some fruit for some smoothies. I'm going to mix it up and let the kids have some little smoothies. And then last week, I mentioned on my stories that unfortunately, I'm really struggling to cook ever since I've been back to work. The job I'm in is very demanding, and often I'll find myself working on an evening or on a night time. Then that, as a result, it means I'm quite exhausted, and the last thing I want to do is cook. So I bought him a couple of steak bakes, which he really likes, these ones from Asda. And then I've bought lots of milk, as I previously mentioned. Last week was the first week since getting the coffee machine where I decided to make sure that I'm only having no more than 2 coffees a day. And I can say that, like, I was successful in doing that, and better still some milk left over, even though it's been almost 8 days now. It's been 8 days since I went shopping, so that's definitely worth. Fair to buy 2 lots of 6 pints, but they didn't have the 6 pints, so I bought 3 lots of 4 pints here. And then these biscuits, as I mentioned earlier in the video, I really want to keep my shop down to no more than £60. I don't want to spend more on groceries, so I found myself trying to frantically take items off the shopping list before the cut-off point, and I realised that I forgot the biscuits. So I was like, okay, fine, I'll just get the cheapest biscuits. And yeah, I got these rich teas, which I think were 35p, and my daughter loves dunking them in our teas. So yeah, I thought, why not get some rich tea biscuits? And so I managed to keep it within £60. So then I've got some meat here, I've got some mince and some chicken breasts, and then also I've got this coffee. We've still got quite a bit left, but like I mentioned earlier, it's been a bit of a battle actually, because obviously I'm trying to keep my costs down to £60, but I'm also trying to make sure I have one spare of everything and not run out of any items, so I'm not nipping to the shop. So I did buy this, and I really do like this Asda's ground coffee. Next week I think I'm going to have to buy the decaf one because we're almost running out of that one as well. And then I got these wraps for some of the meals. It would just be quite useful. Maybe we could have burritos. I'll be honest, I've not meal planned this week because I'm just starting to lose faith in the idea of cooking after work. Some ladies online in the community mentioned trying Gusto or HelloFresh. I'd love to know your thoughts about this because I've heard it's really good, but I've never tried it before, and I'm really worried about increasing my grocery costs. I'm a bit reluctant to, just because I feel like it might be expensive, but some ladies say that when there's offers it's really worth it. So please do let me know your thoughts because it's something I'm considering trying. And then I also got a couple of pepperoni pizzas for my partner and my son because sometimes they just like to have something different. And then I got coleslaw, our usual coleslaw, and then pasta. I am really thinking about getting a big massive bag of pasta. I'll have to work out the price per the gram and see if it's worth doing, but yeah, I'm just wondering because I keep buying small bags all the time. We always have pasta, so maybe I should get a big bag. Also got some whole wheat pasta because I like to mix it up every now and then, and some cheese. Once again, we still have half a block left, but I wanted to make sure that we've got something spare. And this is what I realised is it's a new habit when it comes to shopping with my groceries, is not only buying the items that we need this week, but also seeing what we're running low on and making sure that I can replace as much of that, but then also sticking to a limit and ensuring that I don't spend more, because originally this week's shop was £74 I think it was, and I managed to get it right down to £60, which I'm really happy with. I'm thinking at the price over the cost of a month, and that's about £240, and I can sleep well at night knowing that my groceries is £240 and not more than that. I think that's going to be my limit. Then I've got some gravy here and some 2 lots of pasta bakes. There was a time we wasn't really having pasta bakes, but now I can say I love the nights where it's pasta bake night because you can just fling it in the oven. got 2 lots of kidney beans, and we've got another ketchup. We have got some ketchup at home already, but I wanted to make sure that we had some spare. So anyway, let me put all this away and then I'll show you the next lot of shopping. Okay, and then next we've got the last few bits, which isn't that much, but we used Rice Krispies, so I bought another box of those. We tend to go through a box of those a week, especially since my daughter started eating Rice Krispies. And then I've got some lemonade here, 2 lots of lemonade, because you know I like my lemonade each night. I bought another dilute because we've got 1 left, so I bought another 1 spare. And then I've also got these bananas. Bought another lot of baked beans because we was running, well, we're not running low, but we had a couple left. Also bought some peppers too, and some sugar. That's also another spare one. The toothpaste is another spare one. I realised how much spare items I've actually bought this week. Same again for the shower gel, but I didn't mean to get these hay fever tablets. I was supposed to ask my partner if he actually needed another set, but I forgot, so we've got them here. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Huge thanks to one of the ladies in the community that mentioned about buying a big bag of rice. Now, unfortunately, they didn't have the brand that she recommended. I did search for it, but it said it was out of stock, which is so frustrating. But I figured I'll get the next best thing, which is the Asda big bag. And yeah, hopefully this will be good. But every week for the next few weeks, I'm going to keep trying to see if I can get the version that she mentioned, because it works out really good value for money. So that is this week's shop, and that came up to roughly around £60 and 12p, I want to say. My goal was to try and stick within a £60 budget, and I was just a few pennies out, so I'm happy with that. One thing I've learned over the years is that it's so easy to increase your cost of living, and as we all know, energy prices are rising, and I'm on this constant mission to keep my cost of living as low as possible. I'll be really happy if I can try and keep my overall grocery spend of £240 over the course of the month, but in order to do that, that means I need to set small weekly goals which allow me to get a few bits, to keep stuff in the house and to buy a few extras, but to not blow the budget and eventually spend several £100s a month on grocery. So it's been a really busy week, and yesterday I was frantically trying to get my grocery shop done in time so that I could get it delivered today, and I actually forgot to buy something new this week to try. But I did try quite a few new bits this week, and one of them was the squash from Aldi last week. As you know, over the years I have really struggled with enjoying Aldi squash. I like a lot of their products, and I do like the fancy squashes. Anyway, last week I discovered a new one, and I figured why not give it a go and why not try it out. I did try it during the week, so I guess today I'm going to sort of recreate the moment, if I could do that, recreate the moment, and just basically give you an opinion of what I think of it. So anyway, let me go and grab a glass of water and the squash. So here are a couple of drinks that I prepared earlier. I've always wanted to say that. Now today I'm going to be trying the Aldi squash. As I previously mentioned, I don't particularly like the other Aldi squash that's there, and I have to admit, as you can see, I've tried this early on in the week. I wanted to try it again with you guys because I forgot to buy anything this week to try. Give you guys a few thoughts on it. So just question, is it just as good as the branded version? Maybe a branded version is better. I'm going to give a drink to my son because he wants to try it too. Here you are.
Tastes exactly the same.
Do you like it? Yeah? Yeah. Would you get it again?
I'd rather get the normal one.
You'd rather than the normal one?
I don't like the strawberry
Yeah.
one.
So unfortunately, across the board it's a no. Although it's not bad and I could drink it, it's not particularly enjoyable and I wouldn't get it. This week it's quite easy to not say the word nice. I probably prefer it more than the other Aldi one. But I think for now, if I'm going to get any squashes from Aldi, I'll probably stick to the slightly more expensive ones because they are really nice, especially the peach one. That's it for this week in regards to trying something new. I mentioned previously on my stories that I'm sort of going to be changing the way I budget a little. So whilst I've decided to have a reset at the beginning of every month because I'm currently being paid weekly, I've actually also decided that I'm going to change things, split my weekly paycheck into 3 key areas. The first one's going to be my bills, so I'm going to divide my monthly bills by 4 or maybe 5 if there's 5 weeks in a month. Then I'm going to put a chunk of money aside for my bills. Then I'm going to keep a bit of money aside for spending. That's mainly for groceries and travel, but then it's also miscellaneous and spending money. Like every week I am going to have a small treat of some sort, because like I really do believe in balance on any sort of financial journey. So I'm going to put a small bit aside for spending money, and then also miscellaneous spends. Like for example, this week I almost thought that I was going to have to buy something red for my son. Thankfully I found a football top that he had, but it's those types of spends where it's like, oh, I didn't have that in the budget and I need to make sure that I can cover that cost without chipping into savings. And then the final one is my savings. Once I've put a little bit of money aside for spending and I've also put a bit of money aside for my bills, the rest of it goes into savings. And how I've worked this out to be is roughly around 30% for my bills, 20% for spending, and then 50% for saving. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm excited for the future because I really think it'll work really, really well. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.